Hello dear student, welcome to you all in English class 8th. In this video, we are going to study Honeydew chapter 9, The Great Stone Face. This chapter is divided into two parts. So in chapter 9, we will study first part, The Great Stone Face part first. Okay. So about the author. The author Hawthorne Nathaniel. The author of this story, Hawthorne Nathaniel, was born on 4th July 1804 in Salem, Massachusetts. The son of Nathaniel Hawthorne, a ship's captain, and Elizabeth Manning. Both were descended from 17th century English settlers. In 1808, Hawthorne's father died of yellow fever in Suriname. His mother then took her son and his two sisters to live with the parents and 8 unmarried siblings in the Manning's house on nearby Howard Street. So student, this is the short biography of the author Hawthorne Nathaniel. So let's restart the short summary of chapter The Great Stone Face part first. So introductions. The Great Stone Face was the work of nature. It was formed on the side of mountain by some rocks. Sometimes you also seen that on the rock from distance, if we see it very carefully, so we can see some structure, random structures. So someone can see the structure of animal, someone can see the structure of tree or human being face. So any structure can be defined there on the rocks. So the same thing happened in a valley. In that valley, there is a in distance there is a mountain. So the some rocks are there. They also form one structure. See from a distance, they look like a human face and alive. And from distance place, if you see that rocks, so we can see one face. So shape of one face, human being face, and from distance place, we can see that face. It's alive. Going near, the face turn into the heap of rocks. But when we go very near to there, so we can see only the rocks arranged in a random way, nothing else. But from the distance place, we can see that looking like a human face. The people believe that the valley owed much of its fertility to that face. So old people believe that face is very auspicious for them, and whatever the richness of beauty and wealth is available in that valley, that is due to the face. So this way, all people consider that face it's a very auspicious for them. One afternoon, a mother with her son Ernest was sitting at the door of their cottage. In that valley, one son and his mother also lived. The name of that son is Ernest. He was very little. They were talking about the great stone face. It was clearly visible in the bright sunshine. One day they were sitting near that their cottage and they were talking because the son was very small. So he asked, he had generally he had having many curiosity and he was asking many questions to his mother. So his mother giving reply. So he was asking about that face also. Ernest's love for stone face. So Ernest asked many questions related to that face, and his mother also gives some replies. So this way, gradually he started to love that face. Ernest's love for stone face. The giant face smiled on Ernest and looked kindly. Every day he looked from his cottage. Every day in evening he sat outside of his cottage and looking continually that face, and gradually he thought that face was looking him and very kindly smiled. He wished to hear its pleasant voice. So he wanted to hear the pleasant voice because he thought that the lovely face having definitely a very pleasant voice. He longed to see a man with such a face in order to love him dearly. He thought that in his life, definitely he will see the face, such a face, lovely face, and wanted to listen the sweet voice of this face. The mother reminded Ernest of the prophecy. One prophecy also, prophecies mean that one fiction or untrue story which was passed generation to generation. So such a prophecy or such a untrue story also attached with that face, that story or that prophecy was that it was that a child would be born there. He would become the greatest and noblest person of his time. In manhood, his face would bear true likeness to the great stone face. The prophecy was that one person, uh, he would be a very greatest or noblest person who will born in this world, and his face just resemble or accurately resemble to that face. In manhood, his face would bear true likeness to the great stone face. The little boy hoped to live and see him. So this prophecy spread all over the valley and distant villages also. So all the people waiting when such a person will come in the valley whose face just looking like the stone face. So Ernest also one of them who waiting such a person. The little boy hoped to live and see him. So next, Ernest could never forget that story. He was very helpful to his mother. Every day he was sitting outside and looking this face and remembering that prophecy or that story. So this way he was very helpful to his mother. All the day long he helped his mother in household work and that field work. He grew up to be a gentle, quiet young man. This way, year passed and he grew up as a young man. The stone face became his teacher. The child used to watch it for hours. Every day in evening, he sat outside of his cottage and looking towards the face, and he considered him as his teacher. And this way, he started to learning many things from that face. So many years passed, and after some time, one rumor spread there. The rumor is that gather gold, related to gather gold. Once a rumor spread that the great man who was to bear a resemblance to the great stone face had appeared at last. One message came there, one rumor came into the valley. One person, his face is just looking like the stone face, he found out somewhere. Stone face had a young man named Gathergold had left the valley many years before. He had become quite a rich man there. According to the rumor, one person named Gathergold, he left valley many years ago, and nowadays he become very rich. He decided to return to the native valley. There was a rumor that Gathergold looked like the great stone face. So all people, before coming to Gathergold, they thought that the person will come now, and none of other, he was only the Gathergold who left the valley many years ago, and now he became very rich. Gathergold had the face of an old man with yellow skin. The people considered him the image of the great stone face. People thought he came to the valley, and most of the people thought that he is only the man whose face resembled to the great stone face. So they accepted that things, but Ernest did not accept, because Ernest is very every day looking to the stone face, and he was emotionally attached with the stone face. Ernest gazed up the valley. The stone face seemed to reject that gather gold as its likeness. So even he asked the question to stone face. Yes, gather gold is the person whose face is resembled to you. So the stone face rejected that. That stone face said, "No, wait. wait that phase the person will come. This way he replied him, and this reply only Ernest can listen, because Ernest emotionally and means mentally emotionally uh, very close connected to the stone face. That's why he thought that this gather gold is only the rumor, it's not a reality. Now long wait. Ernest had grown to be a young man. Again many years passed. Every day he would go off by himself and gaze upon the great stone face. But his day routine work is all the day long he helped his mother, he worked in a field, and at the evening he set out his cottage and looking continually, gazing to the great stone face and learning many things from him. So this way many years passed again. He wondered why its likeness was delaying its appearance. By this time, Gathergold had become poor and died without establishing his likeness with the stone face. So at last, Gathergold died without proving that he is the great stone face. So people also, the valley people also forget these things. Gathergold is just like a stone face, and they also started to waiting the next person who will be resembled to the stone face. Now years went on. Ernest grew to be a young man. He drew little attention. He had nothing remarkable. He was very common person, very poor and very common person of the valley. So no one paid attention to the Ernest. He all the day long he was busy in his work, and evening as usual he sat outside and looking to the stone face. This way his life was spending. He still loved to gaze upon the great stone face. He wondered why the stone faced man was taking so long in coming to the valley. Every day he was waiting to be the prove that prophecy. Mr. Cathergold died as a poor man and was buried. People then agreed that there was no likeness between the fine merchant and the majestic face upon the mountain. So many hidden secrets come into the light about the Gathergold. He was very, he was a rich merchant, but he was not honest. He was not his noblest or greatest. So this way he became very poor, and finally he was died and buried. So all people agreed that Gathergold was not the stone face. Now next again after some years again one rumor spread there. Now this time Blood and Thunder, the name of that person nicknamed Blood and Thunder. Another son of the valley had joined the army as a soldier many years before. He had become a general by then and came to be the known as Blood and Thunder on the battlefield. One boy, he left the valley and joined army. There he became general. Due to his war skill in the battlefield and his dareness and courageous behavior, he was known as the Blood and Thunder in the army. So in his old age, he desired to return to his valley. The people considered him as the likeness of the great stone face. When he came back to the valley, so again the people thought that if the person came whose face is resembled to the great stone face. On his return, he was welcomed warmly. Again the people welcomed him, and they thought that the prophecy came true. But again, Ernest, the gathering mistook him as a greatest man of all time. Ernest failed to recognize any likeness between Blood and Thunder and the great stone face. He, as at the time of Gathergold, he asked the question to the great stone face. Again, Ernest asked the question to great stone face. That person, the Blood and Thunder, who came here, is really the great stone face. So that face said, "No, he is not. He is not stone face." So this way uh, that blood and thunder was not the great stone face. He was not that people also accepted. People also agreed that he was not gather. He was not gather gold and blood, and that blood and thunder both were not resembled to the great stone face. So they started again the wedding. Ernest also started waiting when that real stone face man will come. So student, I hope you understood, and in second part we will study how the person came there or happened in the uh, what happened about the stone face. So students, we will study second part of this chapter. Thank you.